So, when I was younger, I didn't live with my mom, and one day she came to visit me and sleep over, and I felt so bad. I didn't want her to leave, and I told her that I loved somebody more than her. So, I told her that, and I felt really bad. So I ran to her and I told her I'm sorry, but I still feel pretty guilty because no mom should hear that.
What do you want to tell your mom if she ever watched this video?
That I love her a lot, and I recognize like her bravery and her strength, and yeah.
Hey, I feel guilty about when I misspoke to a person who took care of me since I was like 14, 15 years old. I realized I held a lot of resentment inside that wasn't resolved for 6 to 8 years, and one day it kind of blew up inside me and it spilled over and it turned into very harsh words that left a big scar in her heart. So that happened around last year, so I've been processing that every day. I just hope one day like she finds it in her heart to forgive me for what I've said, and yeah, that's it.
What do you want to tell that person?
And I'm sorry.
So my family is actually from Eastern Europe, from Russia specifically, and we moved to the States when I was a kid. I was 2 years old, so I grew up here, got educated here, but I still have family that is there, and we still have family friends. And given everything that's going on in the world right now, and the fact that people are fleeing, including people that I know that are in university who have no opportunity to get out, there's a strong sense of survivor's guilt, as if I didn't really deserve what I have here, and as if I carry this guilt of not being able to necessarily do anything for the people back home, whether they're strangers or family, just because of the circumstances. So it's not an active kind of guilt, but it is certainly something that you wake up, you read the news, and you get reminded of. So I think that's my answer.
Thank you so much.
Right, so my grandmother died 5 years ago, and I was not present for her funeral. I was doing my thesis at college at the time, and she was a huge supporter of my education, so I thought I was doing the right thing by, finishing it up and going strong, but I still regret not being at her funeral, and so now I have been trying to do things in my daily life that kind of honor her memory a little bit more. But I still feel that guilt for sure.
What's going on, YouTube? My name is Evo. I'm a young entrepreneur. Back then, I didn't believe in myself as much as I did now. I decided to take a risk recently. For those that know me, I was recently in Oklahoma doing my thing, you know what I'm saying, working on cars and trying to build my portfolio as a barber and everything like that. So I was going through a lot at the time. Lost my job because I was about to get a new job. Car got stolen, wallet and everything. The crazy part about it is I was about to start this new job at a car dealership. And you need your license in order to work at a car dealership, for those that don't know. And with my car being stolen, with my wallet and everything in there, it kind of set me back because I was supposed to get hired. But that kind of pushed everything back. So I had lost my job. I had quit my job that I was recently working to start this new job. But I couldn't because I didn't have my license. And at the time, my lease was about to be up. And, at the time with the stuff that I was going through, I just felt like I needed a fresh start. So I decided to sell everything, all the physical things, and I started to let everything go. And I decided that it was time for a fresh start. So I left everything behind. I came out here to New York, not really knowing nobody, not knowing my next plan. I knew what I wanted to do. I knew what I was coming out here for, but the main thing that I would tell my younger self is to believe in myself the way that I do now. if I didn't have the courage and the bravery that I had now, I probably wouldn't have made this decision ever. And I can honestly say, speaking as of right now, it's probably one of the best decisions that I ever made for myself.
Wow, that's amazing. Thank you so much.
Yes, sir.
I would say breaking up with my girlfriend of 4.5 years, I feel really guilty about. There were issues throughout those years, and I had tried to communicate those with her, but when you develop a strong relationship with someone and they share your friends, you share their friends, she was hanging out with us all the time. I was in a lot of her like social media posts, and after 4.5 years, I just didn't think that we were compatible enough to pursue something in the long term. So I broke up with her. I went to a therapist for a few months to help me get through that decision and to help me feel better about that decision. But then when I did it, I just felt like I really hurt her. I took away a lot of her social connections, and that I carry that guilt with me. I mean, we spent so much time together, and there's so many days I think about, how is she still hurt? Now it's been over 2 years since then, and I think, is she still hurt? You know, how badly did I mess her up? So I feel bad about that, but I try to stay confident that it was the right decision for me. And yeah.
If you could meet her again, what would you want to tell her?
If I can meet her again?
Yes, what would you want to tell her?
I would ask her how she is. I mean, I've tried to text her like happy birthday sometimes, and I don't get a great energy from the response that she gives me. Just like a quick like thank you or thanks. Maybe I'm overthinking it, but I would want to know, it would make me feel better to know that she's doing well and she's happy, and yeah, that I don't need to worry about her, but I don't have that closure.
Wow. Thank you so much.
Yeah, of course. Thank you.
What's going on, guys? Happy Friday. You already know, dropping that value, just, you know, giving you guys that value that you guys need on a day-to-day basis. You know, I just really want to touch on the importance of it is to really stay in the present moment and really, you know, like you're gaining control of your mind to that present moment, because if you're not in the present moment, then you're pretty much defined by the vision of the past. You're pretty much living in the past, and you know, nothing is really created in the past, right? So we always want to refocus our minds to the present moment, and I really want to give you guys a challenge on, you know, when that happens, right? When your mind goes back to the past, or when your mind goes different directions, you know, we want to use that as fuel to bring our minds back to the present moment, right? Because if we're not in control, then who is, right? You always want to live from the inside out, right? Because the moment you give your attention to the outside world, they're in control. But once you live from within, you're in control. You see how that works? So that's why it's so powerful to stay in the present moment. You know, your dreams, your goals, everything that you want is in the present moment, right? And we always want to condition the body to stay in the present moment, because the past is gone. You already paid for the past. You don't have to keep going back there, right? We always want to stay in the present moment. Here is holy. You already know. Let's live it up. Let's tap into the greatest potential and level up together, guys. Create the best version. Don't look back. Be great. Be phenomenal and step out your comfort zone. Let's go.
That's amazing. Thank you so much.